Welcome to the third edition of the Global Engineering Education Expo. We're absolutely delighted to kickstart the event in Chennai, and we're kickstarting the day with a fantastic session. We're going to be focusing on change that's happening in the world of engineering. We're going to be focusing on sustainability. And hosting this session, we've got Dr. Elammaran. Dr. Elammaran is from the Swinburne University of Technology. As many of you may know, it's a really well-established institute in Australia, but now they have opened branch campuses, and Dr. Elammaran actually is associated with a campus in Malaysia, right? He's an associate professor of mechanical engineering, and he's a deeply passionate teacher. For over 23 years, he's been a creative educator. He's been pushing the envelope in terms of research, in terms of environmental engineering, in terms of polymer, composite, material engineering, and he really enjoys talking to students and explaining to them about what they should anticipate, how you can prepare for the future. And I don't really want to say too much more. I'd rather at this point hand over the mic to you, sir, and request you to start. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Welcome everyone for this session. I'm Dr. Elammaran Jayamani from Swinburne University of Technology, Sarawak campus. As organizers said, I'm coming from Swinburne University of Technology. Mother campus located in Melbourne, Australia. A branch campus opened in Malaysia. It's called Sarawak State in Kuching. I'm working Swinburne for the past 17 years as a lecturer, and then promoted to senior lecturer, and then now currently working as associate professor. Today I would like to share the topic on leading the way in design for sustainability, because sustainability is a buzzword these days. Everybody, every institution, every organization, even corporate, all are working on sustainability. That's what our topic today, what we need to do. We'll see one by one. These are the presentation outline. I would like to cover the topics like introduction, climate change, sustainability, sustainable materials, sustainable manufacturing, trends in emerging business, circular economy, what it means by United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, especially goal number 12, and then education for sustainable development, and then conclusion. Everything. You can look at this first point here. Materials. Everything is made of something tangible that goes into make up a physical object, because we are using every day lot of products. You can take your car, you can take your mobile, you can take your personal computer, you can take your tablet or iPad. Everything is made of something. Even you can take a shirt. We can classify material into engineering materials as well as non-engineering materials. What is an engineering material? Engineering materials are used for engineering application. For example, all the ICT tools, automobiles, aircraft, spacecraft, everything is made of engineers. So engineers will design, it operates, we are doing for a technology development. Something like food, something like cloth, these are non-engineering materials. Okay, we are mainly going to focus on what is meant by engineering materials. Material science and engineering. Most of you are doing engineering. You know what is mechanical, electrical, civil, software engineering. But there is a branch of engineering called material science and engineering. We can divide this into two terms, material science and then materials engineer. Material scientist is the one who develops new material. So we can divide this material science and engineering into two parts. One is material scientist, who develops a new material. Because these days in market, we are getting lot of products, is it? Previously, like 2-3 decades before, we know what is the shape of TV. But currently, what is the kind of TV we are using? The size is getting reduced because of the fuel consumption. Similarly, there is a lot of new materials, new technology. Usually, we are talking about technology, but how the technology originates, starting from materials. Whenever the scientist develops a new material, there is a new technology that comes to the market as a product, as a consumer, we are using that. So, for any technology development, the fundamental is starting from materials. So, we need to know about what is meant by materials and engineer. Who is material engineer? One who makes the product. Material scientist is used to analyze and synthesize the material, but the materials engineer is the one who develops into different product. Okay, we are using different products in the market. Even you can go for latest mobile. Apple comes with a new iPhone. Okay, same time you can go for Samsung. It comes with a new model, is it? Each and every customer, each and every manufacturer looking for different products. How is it possible? By means of combination of these two, material scientists as well as material engineers. Now, modern life, you can see modern life and key industry rely on innovative materials. As I said before, whenever there is a new development, there is a new technology. Material science is applicable for all branches of engineering like information technology, energy, manufacturing, and other disciplines like nanotechnology and then biotechnology. Okay, what is happening exactly? When we can talk about materials, generally when we can talk about materials, we can go for metals, ceramics, polymers. The latest one is called composite materials. Okay. Most of the cases for the structural application, we used to go for metals for structural application. For non-structural application, we usually go for polymers and then ceramics. The latest technology is called composite materials. Again, we can further classify into polymer matrix, metal matrix, as well as ceramic matrix composite. But what is happened to the world? That's what's important here. You can look at this picture here. It's a manufacturing of any kind of metal. Example, I want to go for aluminum or cast iron or copper or steel or brass. This is a manufacturing. Usually, where the raw material comes from? The raw materials comes from earth surface. By means of mining process, we are taking the iron ore or any kind of ore. From the ore, it goes for refining process. From the refining process, we use different types of furnace. Finally, we are getting into metals, either copper, aluminum or magnesium, any kind of alloy also possible. But here we want to note one thing. When you can convert this one, it gives lot of CO2 emission. It gives lot of CO2 emission. That CO2 emission causes greenhouse gas effect. That causes lot of global warming issue, and then we are facing lot of issues. So keep in mind, when you can go for manufacturing of metal, it gives lot of CO2 emission during refining process. That is we need to consider that. The second factor is polymer. We know that what is exactly the polymer. Polymers, again, we can classify into thermoplastic and then thermoset. Again, by using petroleum products. When you can take a petroleum product during manufacturing of polymers by using various methods like extrusion, thermal forming, molding, many methods, it also gives lot of CO2 emission. Similarly, ceramics consume high temperature. Usually, the main drawback of ceramic is very brittle. At the same time, during sintering process, it needs the furnace temperatures nearly 1000 or above 1000 degrees centigrade. When you can consider 1000 degrees centigrade by using electric furnace or by using coal-fired furnace, of course, it gives lot of CO2 emission. So, the traditional materials like metals, polymers and ceramics, you can come to this point. Any manufacturing, any organization, these are the input materials. Energy, water, raw materials, consumable, packaging. It goes inside the manufacturing sector and then we are getting a product. Of course, yes, we are getting a product. But what is happening here? Air pollution, land pollution and then water pollution. So any manufacturing, it gives lot of pollution in terms of land pollution, water pollution as well as soil pollution. So how to avoid this? All these causes the problem of global warming. How to avoid this? As an engineering student, what to do? As a postgraduate students like masters and PhD, what kind of solution we can go for it? That is an important concept here. We can look at another way of pollution here. Industrial revolution, we are talking about industrial 4.0 now, is it? We are talking about industrial 4.0. Just consider this point, industrial 1.0, mechanical production equipment powered by steam. Mechanical equipment powered by steam in 18th century. What is steam? Steam, we are converting water into steam. What it needs? We need some kind of heat energy. By using the heat energy, we are converting water into steam. To get the heat energy, we need to burn the coal. Okay. Again, coal is a material, it's important, it's available from the earth crust by means of coal mining. As we are in Tamil Nadu, we know the NLC, Neyveli Lignite Corporation, they are getting lot of coal. By burning the coal, we can convert water into steam. Again, it gives lot of CO2 emission because we are burning the coal. During the process, it gives lot of CO2 emission. Again, we can come to the second one, Industry 2.0. Mass production assembly requires labor and then electrical energy. But here you can see by means of electrical energy, here by means of steam. So both needs lot of CO2 emission. Because electrical energy, what kind of electrical energy we are using? We are mostly rely on thermal power plant, is it? Thermal power plant. But we are talking about a renewable energy, only like 20%. Remaining 80% under now, we are using only by using thermal power plant. That gives lot of CO2 emission. So how to overcome this one? That's what our topic today. Third one, you can talk about industrial 3.0. Automated production using electronic and IT. Of course, electronic and IT needs electrical energy. Is it? So the final one again, industrial 4.0, we also needs electrical energy because currently we need electrical energy. Electrical energy we are producing from thermal power plant. Only 80% maximum. Remaining 20% we are using renewable energy, either solar, wind, tidal, geothermal. Most of the countries, I'm talking about the worldwide. 80% of the world still rely on thermal power plant. So it gives lot of CO2 emission. That's what I can say. All this development, when we can talk about from 18th century until today, 2023, we are giving this one to the world. We are polluting the mother earth. Okay, in terms of again, I can say air pollution, water pollution, soil pollution, and then noise pollution. That's what our topic today again, how to overcome this. What kind of step we can take it. What we can able to do it. As an engineer, future engineers, what kind of solution we can go for it. Yes, there is a solution available. You can see the climate change. Everybody know about this one. You can look at this point here, the amount of CO2 emission. Mostly it comes from 1990 until 2050. Power plants gives lot of CO2 emission. You can see by 2050, it gives more than 90 gigatons of CO2 emission. You can imagine now we are in 2023. By 2060, how much amount of CO2 emission? So we have to shift our electrical energy production from thermal power plant to renewable energy. That's what renewable energy got lot of subsidy. When you can talk about renewable energy, not only India, many countries, they are giving lot of subsidies to implement renewable energy because to overcome this problem. So the first player is power. So we need to control from here. The second one is transport. Of course, we know what is the transport because transport, we know that is a population. You can see we are the world number one now, population wise. When our population increases, cities are developed. When cities are developed, people from the rural, they come to urban. At the same time, population increases, we need more products, more food items. We need transport. So of course, transport, we rely only on petrol, diesel. Again, it's a fossil fuel. We are not rely on electrical fuels, not electrical vehicle. So it gives lot of transport, the second thing. The next one is manufacturing and then construction, followed by building, industrial process, and then land use. So what happened, you can see here now, the CO2 emission will be higher due to these sectors. Okay, CO2 emission is higher due to this sector. Now, how to overcome this one? You can see that climate change refers to long-term shift in temperature and the weather pattern. I think all of you experiencing now, is it? What is outside temperature? Luckily, this is a month of December, November, bit comfortable in Chennai. You can imagine May, June, April. What is the temperature outside? We cannot go out, is it? Definitely we cannot go out. Because there is not only in India the weather pattern, even other countries also facing the same issue. So how to overcome this one? You can see the human caused global warming and then climate change. Fossil fuel combination, we are using petrol, diesel. Again, it is by means of refining process. Greenhouse gas effects, global warming and climate change, these are the effects. You can see weather pattern changes, sea level increases. Okay, we are facing lot of problem. Even tsunami, yes, of course, due to the factor of global warming. So as an engineer, we must overcome this climate change issue. Got an idea now, everybody? It's clear what direction we are going? Okay, now, what to do for that? That's what the term sustainability. How many of you know about this sustainability, guys? How many of you know this term? One person? How many of you know about the term sustainability? Everyone, is it? Of course, this is everybody. Because even in your schools and college and universities, they are implementing as a syllabus. Even if you are studying your physics and chemistry. You can see the term sustainability. Sustainable development is the development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So, We need to use the resources by ourselves. At the same time, we need to keep the resources for the coming generation. That is called sustainable development. Clear, all of you? You have to use the resources. Your kids have to use the resources, and then your grandchildren has to use the resources. So we have to move that particular direction. That is called sustainable development. So this concept we can divide into three terms. One is environmental, economic, and then social. So we have to link all these three. Why we need to link all these three means most of the manufacturing industries focusing only on the profit. They never care about what is happening to the people, what is happening to the environment. Even most of the country, they want to work for GDP. Every country, they want to show up their GDP, but they never bother about what is happening to the people and then environment. So this particular term take care of three important pillars: environment, economic, and then social. Okay, that is called sustainable development. How to overcome this? So what happened? United Nations Sustainable Development, he developed 17 goals. United Nations developed sustainable development goals. They are divided into economic pillar, environmental pillar, and then social pillar. What is economic pillar? No poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, decent work and economic growth, and then industry, innovation, and the infrastructure. This comes under economic pillar. Still we know that even poverty still exists. We cannot say there is no poverty in the world. Lot of poverty in the world. There is a statistics available, zero hunger. So we need to overcome this issue. The second important thing is what is meant by environmental pillar. So each and every individual in this world must enjoy clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, responsible consumption production, climate action, life below water, life on land. So this is called environmental pillar. The third one is social pillar, is very important pillar as well. Quality education, gender equality. You can see now, there is no men, there is no woman these days. Everybody got equal rights. Okay. Before, I think olden days, 50 years back, or even more than that, there is a domination between male and female. But according to United Nations states, gender equality. Not only for one country, throughout the world. Both are equal. Either girl or boy, both are equal. So we need to make this social awareness. And then reduce inequalities, sustainable cities and communities, peace, justice, and strong institutions, and then partnership for the goal. So these are called as social pillars. So what we need to understand, how to achieve these 17 sustainability goals. You may work on any particular goal. For example, you are doing mechanical engineering, you are doing electrical engineering, or you are doing chemical engineering. It's not an issue, but how to understand or how to implement your knowledge into implementing any one of this. That's very, very important. Not only this is applicable for engineers. These are the common goals even arts and science students can implement. As engineering graduates, I'm talking about engineering. But if there is a non-engineering graduates, one who is doing like BCom, BBA, or computer science, or IT, whatever, for them also, they have to achieve this type of sustainable development. So what we need to understand now, how to implement this? What are the ways possible? Yes, of course, this lecture got an answer for this. Until this, everybody clear? It's clear? Okay, we'll go for next one. Now, what is sustainable material? Because currently we talk about materials, metals, polymers, ceramics, and then composite. During the manufacturing and production, it gives a lot of CO2 emission. Is it? Just now we saw. But what exactly the sustainable material? What is the term sustainability? You can look at this definition here. Materials are sustainable if they do not strain the environment during their production, use, and disposal. You can see the definition. Materials are sustainable if they do not strain, that is an important term, do not strain the environment in terms of production, use, and disposal. For example, I'm using a particular material. During the production, zero emission. During the use, zero emission. During disposal, completely biodegradable. That is called sustainable material. Carbon neutral, zero pollution. It is impossible. It is impossible, yes. At this current world, there is no technology until now. We got a pollution. It is impossible, I can say, but we have to percentage to improve. What percentage can optimize? That is an important here. We cannot avoid the waste. We cannot avoid the pollution completely. But how to minimize it? How to improve the existing engine? For example, why you guys wanted to do engineering? You want to optimize the things. For example, you are driving a petrol car. Maybe the mileage, we are talking about it. How to improve the mileage? Okay, how to reduce the weight of the vehicle? It's an important concept. So, as a graduate, you have to understand the existing system and then implement your own knowledge and then try to improve it. That's what engineering. Because what is the purpose of you are going to do 4 years of degree? Any branch of engineering, 4 years. What you are going to study? The existing concept, existing theory. Okay, by understanding the existing, then you can implement your own idea, try to improve it. That's what the comes of research. Either you want to go for masters by research or PhD by research, that plays an important role. Okay, so the materials sustainable means they do not strain. So there is no water pollution, there is no soil pollution, as well as there is no other pollutions. If it is possible, that is called sustainable material. Is it exist in the world? Anybody knows the answer? It is available? Anybody come across any product if you buy, they say it's made of sustainable material or green product? No? Never come across. Oh, that's true. Because some products now coming, the green product, I will show you later on what are the green products. Okay, now you can see the term. Sustainable materials create fewer long-term environmental problems and lead to healthier planet. So this concept makes a healthier planet. As it's 3 pillars, environmental pillar, economic pillar, and then social pillar. This plays a healthier planet. Thus, we need to keep our mother Earth in good condition. Okay. So, sustainability, whether in materials or energy practice, limited negative impact to the natural resource. You can see, limited, that's important. We cannot make it zero. Limited negative impact on the natural resources and people. Because whatever happening to our mother Earth, it indirectly affects us as a people. Okay, indirectly affects. So, we need to take care of the mother Earth problem. That's what we can go for, healthier planet. Okay. For example, wood, bamboo and other plant-based materials are sustainable because they are completely biodegradable. Okay. So now what you want to understand here the point, sustainable material means materials are sustainable if they do not strain the environment during production, use and disposal. That is impossible, but we need to improve the efficiency of the existing system. That concept is called sustainable material. What is composite? As I said before, there are 3 important materials, metals, polymers, ceramics. The last one, the 4th one is composite. Because currently engineers are composites. Even your aircraft, before, when you were a kid, they may studied by using dura aluminum. But currently composite aircrafts, the weight reduction. Even you can go for automobile, you can go for BMW, or you can go for any model of automobile, Ford, whatever. They're implementing percentages. BMW is now 40% made of composite material. Okay, Ford, Toyota, everybody implementing composite materials of the weight reduction. When the weight reduced, automatically the fuel consumption. So you can see here, composites are gaining traction of lot of industries from architecture to infrastructure and automobile. Why it gains a lot of traction? Because it got lot of advantages compared with these conventional materials. Because steel, aluminum, wood and granite are conventional material. Compared to that, composites are lighter than steel. You can see the term. Composites are lighter than steel because low weight. Composites are incredibly strong. Composites are corrosion resistant. Composites are non-conductive. Composites are excellent handling tension. Composites can create one-piece design. Composites are strong yet flexible. Composite absorb vibrations. Because from that what you want to understand, composite got many advantages compared with conventional material. That's what the industries like architecture to infrastructure to automobile, even spacecraft, they are going for composite materials. Now, what exactly the composite materials? As I said before, composite materials are based upon, composite means 2 materials combination. One material is called matrix, another one is called reinforcing element. The matrix is the major element, like 80% or 50%, remaining 50% comes from reinforcement. Based upon the matrix, we can classify into polymer matrix, metal matrix and then ceramic matrix. You can go to electronic industries. These days they are using lot of ceramic matrix composites. Even I can take Swinburne, Melbourne. Under my guidance, there is a PhD student called Ari Prasad. He is from Tamil Nadu as well as doing PhD with me. He published a paper in a high impact journal because he published work on dielectric materials. How to replace ceramics by using composite materials so that we can increase the performance of electronic device. So, this type of composites are used for making various devices, not only in mechanical, it can applicable for electrical as well as other industries. So you can see based upon reinforcement, we can classify into viscous reinforcement, particle reinforcement, fiber reinforcement or structural reinforcement. So this is the fourth kind of materials replacing conventional material but considered to be sustainable. Not all the composites are sustainable, but some composites are considered to be sustainable. What is the meaning of sustainable? Means environmental friendly. It gives less amount of environmental impact to the nature, maybe less amount of pollution. Okay, in terms of water pollution or air pollution or land pollution. That's what we can say composites are bit sustainable compared with the conventional materials. Now, for simple example, I can show you to understand what is polymer matrix composite materials. Polymers, we can take virgin, that is original polymer, or we can take recycled plastics and then combine with fiber. Fibers may be natural fibers or recycled fibers. Sometimes we can use industrial co-products. Okay, so you can see the combination. Polymer as a major materials, we can add some kind of fiber. We can make a thermoplastic thermoset because two kinds of polymers are available. We know that we can able to recycle this one, we can't do recycle this one. So combined with that, by using various polymer manufacturing, we can make a product like this. Okay. Before that, the products are made by using only polymers. Polymers are not environmental friendly. But these days, the product looks like plastic, but it's a composite material. Because we are replacing not 100% polymer, say example 80% polymer, remaining 20% will be fiber. So there's improvement efficiency. There's a reduction in pollution. We are not completely making that, but we are trying to reduce it. That's called composite materials. You can see the term, these composite applications. These are various applications where composites are most commonly used, like aerospace is important, architecture, automobile, energy, infrastructure, marine, military, and then sports and recreation. These are the place, the products, the composites are replacing. Before it was made by using metals, polymers, and ceramics, but currently they are replaced by composite materials. That's what composites are gaining in traction of industries. Many industries looking for composite materials. So, as I said before, material scientist is the one who develops new material, is it? So, most of the material scientists are working towards composite materials. Even I did my PhD in composite materials. I am supervising masters as well as PhD students on composite materials. My major in composite materials. I did my PhD in Malaysia. Major is on composite materials. That's what I can able to supervise a lot of masters as well as PhD students on latest technologies on composite materials. Now, first part is okay. Now, due to materials, we are facing lot of issue. So, we need to go towards sustainable materials. The second one, as I said, sustainable materials, sustainable manufacturing. Now, we have gotten some idea about what is material scientists will do, what their direction. They have to move towards sustainable material. The second one, manufacturing. Once we got the material, we made into different product. Okay, how to make a product? During making a product, it gives lot of environmental pollution. So that's what we are going to see it now. We can look at this point here. Manufacturing sector significantly contributes gross domestic product of a country economy. For any country, go for what is GDP. Yes, of course, it's important. But they never care about what is happening to the people around them, what is happening to the environment. So what to do? You can look at this point. However, this sector has almost contributed to inefficient utilization of energy. You can see the term inefficient utilization of energy. There is no proper use of energy. So what happened? They are wasting lot of energy. What is the energy? Mainly of electrical energy. Where the electrical energy comes from? By means of thermal power plant. Again, what is the thermal power plant? It gives lot of CO2 emission. So you can see, so we have to use proper utilization of energy. That's what energy optimization, energy auditors these days available. So you can see the term inefficient utilization of energy and increased carbon emissions posing the threat to environment. So what happened? Manufacturing sector contributes the inefficient utilization of energy and the increased carbon emission that posing threat to the environment. At the same time, you can see what are the sectors. The manufacturing sectors like primary metal, paper, chemical, and petroleum, coal accounts nearly 70% of the total energy consumption. When we can go to any industries, these industries 70% consumes the energy. Remaining 25 will be the domestic. Whatever the energy we are producing by using thermal power plant mostly goes to manufacturing sector. Remaining only go for domestic or commercial application. So, if the manufacturing sector takes a necessary action so that we can able to reduce it. Okay, so that we can able to reduce the other emissions. For example, you can see the manufacturing sector has a huge role to play creating product that minimizes the negative environmental impact. So manufacturing sector must play an important role. They have to take important steps so that they can optimize, so that they can use less amount of energy. Okay. Now, how to do that? What is the importance of sustainable manufacturing? We saw just now what is the manufacturing. Now we are going towards sustainable manufacturing. What exactly is it? You can see the term consumers are environmental conscious nowadays. Because these days, kids in the kindergarten, from the schools, primary or secondary, even the universities, they know about what is meant by sustainability, how to conserve the mother earth, everything. So these days, whenever you can buy a product, we know that, okay, this is made of eco-friendly or not, is it? The common term. So environmental protection is a top agenda for everyone because everybody facing the same issue of global warming, climate change, other things. So that's a top agenda. And then other reasons to take care of things means running out of fossil fuel supply. That is the major thing. Because you know, what is the price of petrol now? I think 105, is it? Nearly 100 rupees for petrol, one liter of petrol. But you can think about 20 years back or 30 years back, what is the price of petrol? It will be like 70 or 50 rupees like that. Why there is an increase in petrol price? Because one side population increases. So demand increases, supply is less. Because we are extracting more petroleum products. We are not only from India, we are extracting. Every country, they are extracting from only one earth surface. We are all living in a one mother earth, is it? So from the part of India, we are taking, from the part of Malaysia, they are taking, from the part of UK, they are taking. So what happened? The short in supply. Whenever there is a short in supply, of course, it increases. You can imagine petrol price 20 years back like 70 rupees. Now it is 100 rupees. You can imagine by 2060 or 2070 or 2100 what will happen? By 2100, what is the price of petrol? Definitely double or triple. Okay, how to avoid this? Is it? We need to, that is called sustainable. What does the sustainable development says? Sustainable development is a development. We need to use the resources. At the same time, we need to keep the resources for the coming generation. So currently the petrol price is 100 rupees. When it increases to 2100, definitely going to be 300 rupees like that. It is affordable. You can think all the fact as an engineer is affordable. It's not completely affordable, is it? So we need to take a necessary action. That's what running out of fossil fuel, energy crisis, global warming, depletion of ozone layer. We know that why we are getting warm air because of the ozone layer, because it's protecting layer before that between atmosphere and the stratosphere. It reduces a lot. The thickness is reduced. That's what we can able to receive the sun rays directly. We are facing the problem of many things. So these are the reasons why we need to go for sustainable manufacturing. Okay. Now, what is exactly sustainable manufacturing? You got an idea about sustainable materials. What exactly sustainable manufacturing now? You can look at the definition properly, you can understand properly. A systematic approach to eliminating waste by optimizing use and selection of resources and technologies. You can see first point, optimizing use and selection of resources and technology. That's called optimization. These days, common. Everywhere you can go, its optimization is available. Why? Because we are wasting a lot. Even everybody, the small thing we can understand, water. When you can take a drinking water or you can take a water for other use, how much amount of water you are wasting? You can imagine, that's a simple example. We need to be properly use it. We need to take responsibility. Because these days the problem with us is, we are not taking responsibility. I'm getting water from somewhere. But really not, We need to take each and every liters of water. As a responsible citizen, we need to take it off. Because that is the problem. You can see, eliminating waste by optimizing use and selection of resources and technology, thereby lessening the impact to the environment. If you use proper energy, if you use proper resources, automatically we can able to avoid the waste. Say example, you are unnecessarily using more water. It goes to water pollution, until you go to the sea. We are using unwanted material. It's a land pollution, is it? So you need to take care of those things. That's what the term manufacturing. You can see this term, manufacturing focuses on both how the product is made as well as product attributes. So each and every product hereafter, how it made of, whether it's an environmental friendly product, that is an important for sustainable manufacturing. So you can see the term, making products using less energy and material, producing less waste and using fewer hazardous materials, as well as products that have greener attributes such as recyclability or lower energy use. You can see the first point, making products using less energy and material. So we have to go for optimization technology. Okay, there's a lot of technology available. We can go for optimization. And then products using less waste and then less hazardous material, because we are using a lot of chemicals. Try to use the chemicals, go for natural products. Okay, in this way you can do that. That is called sustainable manufacturing. Okay, so the definition says a systematic approach to eliminating waste by optimizing use and selection of resources and technologies. Very, very important. For example, instead of using electric energy by thermal power plant, you can implement solar, you can implement wind energy. So energy-wise you are saving that. That's what the term definitely says. By doing this, we can able to eliminate the waste. That kind of manufacturing is sustainable manufacturing. How to do that? Actually, there are a lot of ways available to do that sustainable manufacturing, from easier way to the tougher way. Now, what is trends in business? It's important to know that the world population growing exponentially. You can see this graph. You can able to read this graph. 1990 it's 5.3 billion. By 2100 going to be 11.2 billion. You can imagine the way. You can imagine the way it's going from population increases. So there is a infinite supply of non-renewable energy sources. We got short in supply of wind power, solar, all the natural resources. So that's what the price upwards. There is an upward pricing price on the non-renewable commodities. So what we need to do that? We need to go for price increases. The demand you can see. Total material use is expected to increase 15% by 2030. Like materials, this much amount of in 2060, 86.23 gigatons. Biomass, we need 37.11. Fossil fuel, 34.12. But you can see here, 2060, the demand is more. But you can see just now, the population increases. Demand more, population increases. Of course, what happened? Price will go up. That's what the last slide says. There's upward pricing pressure on non-renewable commodities that will have major impact on business coming forward. So that we need to implement we need to move from linear economy to circular economy. What we are doing currently we are taking material from the earth crust, either water or petrol or diesel material. We are making a product, we are using the product, we dispose it, that's it. Currently, what we are doing is linear economy. So we are generating lot of waste. So we have to move from linear economy to circular economy. What is circular economy? Make, use, collect, transform, reuse. So you can do like this, we can able to reduce zero emission. You can see here, this picture shows value chain. Linear value chain gives lot of waste here, but implementing circular economy, no waste. Clear all of you this point? What is the major difference between linear economy and then circular economy? By circular economy, you can see here waste collection to the plant. We are converting waste into useful fuel or energy or electricity. Clear? So we have to implement these type of technologies. We have to move from linear economy to circular economy. By doing this, that's called circular economy. It says that as a concept, focus on higher resource utilization by recollecting and reusing components of products after the life cycle over. Simple example, as a student, if you are buying a new mobile, you can use it for more than 5 years. Is it possible? If you say example, you are buying a new mobile, Android mobile phone, you have to use it at least 5 years. Is it possible by you? You guys are changing mobile every 6 months or 1 year, is it? So you give a lot of electronic waste. Even you can tap laptop, whatever. So be careful on this. Due to time limit, I can rush it. So we have to implement 9R principles. We need to linear to circular economy. We know 3R principle, 5R principle. Really, we need to implement 9R. Recover, recycle, repurpose, remanufacture, refurbish, repair, reuse, reduce, rethink, refuse. So you can do this. We can move from linear economy to circular economy so that we can able to reduce the amount of waste produced, so that we can try to reduce the global warming issue. For example, this is the steel recycling, steel mining, steel making. I got the car. If the car got any issues, don't throw away, don't buy the new car. Better go for, first of all, maintenance, redistribution, sharing. Second, you can try to do repair and reuse, refurbish and remanufacture, and then finally recycle it. At least you can use the car more than 25 years is possible. Otherwise, you are giving a lot of pollutions. Okay, guys, the Industrial 4.2 is a technology. By implementing this type of Industrial 4.0 by means of cloud and other technology, we can able to implement the concept of circular economy. In education also, we know that we are following different kinds of accords. We know that in Washington Accord, Sydney Accord and Dublin Accord, this is important as well. Say example, you are a graduate from Washington Accord, 4 years of degree, you can able to work in anywhere in the world. Because before there is no Washington Accord. I think India signed in 2014. So 2014 onwards, those Indian graduates studied in India, in any institution or any university, they can work to US or UK, they can get the same salary. It's not necessary the US citizen get the highest salary, Indian citizens do not, no. Because India signed under Washington Accord, 4 years of degree here is expected to work on its complex engineering problems. So in education also, what I want to say, we need to implement these type of responsibilities like safe system thinking competency, anticipatory competency, normative competency and strategic competency, so that students can implement the concept of sustainability. Due to time limit, I can conclude my session. By doing this sustainable materials manufacturing or by implementing linear economy to circular economy, we can enable economic progress, minimize pollution and waste, finally to support future generations by attaining sustainability by means of preserving natural resources. I hope that's my conclusion. I hope you got an idea what is meant by what direction we are going from linear to circular. Thanks everyone.